Hey guys, Jackie and welcome back to Masters of Malaysian Cuisine Series 6, and this is session 4. This time around we have another new guest with us, raw chef Yin, who's based in Malaysia, and she is a friend of our vegan chef Dave. So that's a perfect match here as far as I'm concerned, insofar as what's cooking tonight. Now, the before I introduce raw chef Yin and vegan chef Dave, guys, make sure you say hello in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. Do a hashtag live if you're watching live, and hashtag replay if you're watching a replay. And now let me just play you a quick clip from Tourism Malaysia, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Hey, now, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Come on. Gotta make a move to get there right now. Somewhere nice so we can get away. Better than the ordinary day. You're my paradise. Malaysia, truly Asia. Guys, Jackie, I'm back again, and welcome back, guys. And again, don't forget to let us know where you're watching from so we can acknowledge you on while during the broadcast, and also hit us up with any questions. All right, I know I've got plenty of questions because this is going to be really interesting. So vegan Malaysian dish, okay? Everybody loves Sayur Lodeh. Let's find out how raw chef Yin is going to make it not just vegan but also raw as well. All right, now again, as usual, we've got our amazing chef Dave is going to be hosting her. So let me just step away and I will be back in a bit. Good luck, guys. I'll see you back here in a bit.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Salam sejahtera, wanakkam, and Tatya how as usual. So it's excited section today that we have our guest chef, raw chef Yin, that the first vegan chef that I come across, and I don't really understand what does raw mean back then. Like I just thought it's just a glamour name kind of thing until I found out actually, there is a raw vegan diet as well within the vegan community as well. Yeah. So, before we start today, definitely I would like to ask this question. I asked before, but many people might be curious and not understand the meaning of like raw vegan, because earlier I personally thought, maybe they eat everything raw. So that's why they call themselves raw vegan until I found out. I believe you guys might have the same question. So let Chef Yin, please introduce yourself, and then definitely we will love to hear why raw vegan and what it is all about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Chef Dave. Good to see you. So thank you so much, MOMC, for inviting me to be a guest on this series. I'm really excited. I've been following you guys since day one, and I've also been trying out some of the recipes as well. So I am a raw vegan chef based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I help people make beautiful raw vegan gourmet food. And when we say raw vegan, right? Like you said, I think a lot of people think about just salads and smoothies, and that's what I used to think about as well. But I discovered raw vegan food in 2014. And it focuses on vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds. And the whole idea is to have foods that are unprocessed or minimally processed. And then the other thing is when we say raw, because some people will think like, yeah, raw, like I can't eat cold food, and they think it's really horrible. But actually it's not, because you can use techniques like dehydrating, where you can heat up the food just not above around 45 degrees Celsius. Some raw teachers will say 42, some say 48 Celsius, but I just go with 45 degrees Celsius. So with that, you can actually make very creative raw vegan cuisine. And the focus is also a lot on, as much as possible, on local food and seasonal foods as well. Yeah.
I see. That's a beautiful explanation. Sorry, Chef Yin, I guess you wanted to say something.
Oh, no. I just wanted to say, that's kind of the gist of it. But I think, yeah, we can go into the techniques and the tips and techniques further when I prepare this, and I can talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got my spiralizer to show you how to
Okay.
do that as well. And
Yeah.
then
So I mean, basically, like when we talk about vegan food itself is like very niche in Malaysia, like very small market, very less people know about it. Like now it's like raw vegan is even small, but like I see you really passionately doing this like ever since I believe you went vegan and went on this raw food thing. So I definitely believe like you have a lot of knowledge that you can share with us today. And guys, those who are watching, remember to help us to share out this live, and also do drop your questions that from you guys, so that I can read out to Chef Yin while she's preparing her raw vegan Sayur Lodeh today. So it's interesting, guys. Like when we talk about vegan, people always think about like, oh, it's going to be like masala kind of food, Western food. But actually, in fact, we can make it all our Malaysian flavors, the traditional food, into a vegan version. And interestingly, even Chef Yin, like I said, like when people think about raw vegan, it's going to be smoothies, like salads and all that. But you see, Sayur Lodeh is like something very authentic and traditional dishes in Malaysia. But it's still possible to do it. So, and I'm really excited to see how she's going to make this. And yeah, shall we start, Chef Yin?
yeah, okay, let's start. So initially
Okay.
thought that I was just going to do the Sayur Lodeh, but then I know that it's always eaten with something, right? And from what I understand, I always eat it with nasi impit. So I'm also going to show you how to do that, and I'm keeping that very, very simple. So in raw vegan uncooking, sometimes we call it uncooking. So instead of your traditional cooking, you will be steaming and braising and sauteing and all that. But in raw vegan cooking preparation, what we do is we do a lot of food processing, we do blending, we do spiralizing, and we do dehydrating. So I'm going to show you some of the techniques that we use. So for this one, it's going to be food processing. It's
Sure.
just 3 ingredients. Yeah, I'm keeping this very, very simple. It's 3 ingredients. So nasi impit is compressed rice. So the thinking behind it is for raw vegan food, we can make rice in inverted commas with things like jicama or cauliflower, or even sometimes radish and things like that. So today I'm using cauliflower, and then I'm just using the florets, yeah, because the stems might be a bit hard for some people. So we'll just use the florets, and then I'm combining it with cashew nuts. So and these cashew nuts have been soaked. I soak them for about 4 hours. If you can soak them for 8 hours, it will be even better. And then we're just going to use some sea salt, some French sea salt, to flavor it as well. So I'm just going to process it all together. Oh, I also want to talk a little bit about soaking and sprouting nuts and seeds when it comes to raw vegan food, because because sometimes people complain. I've heard people saying things like, "Oh, I tried to go raw, but I eat too much nuts and seeds, and it's very hard on my digestion and all that." So it might be because they haven't soaked and rinsed and drained the nuts and seeds, because there is an enzyme inhibitor that covers a lot of the nuts and seeds, and you can remove that by the soaking process. Yeah, so basically it, and then I rinse it twice, and then I drained it. Yeah, and then different nuts and seeds. I mean, if you go into the further techniques, different nuts and seeds will like need different soaking times and all that. But we'll talk about that another day. Yeah. So
Sure.
done that. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna put it into. I'm using my Thermomix, but you guys can use any food processor that you have. So I would say, if you want to make more complex and more interesting raw vegan dishes, then if you can get a food processor and a blender, that would be good. But there are actually a lot of raw vegan recipes out there that don't need it, because you can just use your chopping board and your knife and just cut up everything. But obviously, if you use a food processor, it'll be easier. So
Understand.
is I'm just going to put try to see whether I can see it in the camera. Yeah, I'm just going to process the cashew nuts first. Yeah.
Okay, sure. There are many people say hi to Chef Yin and to us is Cindy Lau, hi, Asamat from Kuala Lumpur watching live, and Hazlina from Shah Alam, hi, hi, hi. Hi everybody, and we even have our audience from Toronto, Nandini Nadraja. Hi. So yeah, people are all around the world from KL, from yeah, we even have some of our vegan friends from Malaysia, from Penang, Suzanne. We have Eng Siu Mei from Mary Bon. We have Leong Chen. We have Shirley. So thank you guys for tuning and watching. Do remember to help us to share. And yeah, so there are quite a lot of people. Kaisara, Louise, Grace from UK. So Louis from Saudi. So basically they are like all around. So a lot of people tune in today to see Chef Yin doing some amazing work.
That's wonderful. Hi
Yeah.
everyone. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm just putting in the cauliflower now. The cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just put in the my French sea salt from thanks to
Okay.
organic for putting this in. So in because raw vegan food is actually it focuses a lot on healthy food. Oh, silly me, I forgot to mention this. The reason why we are not heating it up, and I think you know, but maybe for the rest of our audience who this is the first time they're actually seeing raw vegan food being made. The reason why we don't want to heat it up above a certain temperature is because we want to preserve the maximum nutrients in the food itself. So, especially a lot of nutrients are destroyed, nutrients and vitamins, and also the enzymes as well are destroyed by heat. And I have found that my energy levels have gone up so much higher. My health has become so much better. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and my eczema totally cleared up. So I was convinced of going raw vegan.
Understand.
Okay, so I'm just gonna process this again.
Okay. Hi Diana. Diana also tune in. Diana Rahim, our vegan blogger from Malaysia. Thank you very much for joining in. And we have Suleiman Udin from Israel. So yeah, like it's really internet connecting us from people around the world while this COVID season, like we can't travel around, but people are just connected through this MOMC. Is like really amazing.
Yay! Hi Diana. Shout out to our eco warrior vegan.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems like it become like like rice, right?
Yes,
Like the
yes.
cauliflower rice.
The whole idea is to use cauliflower rice. I remember when I first tasted cauliflower rice. This was before I became vegan and all that. I remember not liking it. I had it in a salad bar in somewhere in Damansara Uptown.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I thought like, oh, this is healthy. I tried it and I totally didn't like it. So I had this very bad impression of cauliflower rice for a really long time. But then what happened?
Okay.
It's only after I went to culinary school to learn, like, then it's like they teach you how to actually flavor it properly and prepare it properly.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that, oh, it tastes so much better. Oh yeah, the reason why I'm also using cashews is because it acts as a binder. Because this is supposed to be like a nasi impit recipe.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be compressed rice, right? So,
Yeah.
the cashews will help
Mm-hmm.
bind everything together, and it also makes it taste better. I mean, I like cashew,
Mm-hmm.
so anybody who likes to eat cashew nuts will most probably end
Yeah,
up
we have Nora Harun from US saying hello, Chef Dave, and Chef Yin, #plant powered, #lontong.
Hi, Nora. Did you not sleep at all? Oh dear.
Exactly.
Okay, so now you can actually see. So if you want to, the nasi impit is already it's already ready actually. So if you want to just shape it, you can actually just oops. You can
Okay.
shape it, right? But
Yeah.
what I found one hack that I wanted to teach you guys was Have you seen this before? This is actually a nigiri sushi mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I got this at the Daiso, which is our Japanese
Mm-hmm.
dollar store. Yeah. So we
Mm-hmm.
can use this, and this will help you.
To
This
shape.
to shape it and also proportion it so you have like nice,
Mm-hmm.
all evenly shaped and evenly proportioned. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
mold. I'm gonna fill the mold
Mm-hmm.
up with the
Mm-hmm.
cauliflower
Understand.
rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because raw vegans we don't actually eat cooked rice.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit hard for me initially. I mean, I'm not 100% raw, but I go raw for breakfast and dinner, and then lunch I eat a bit of cooked quinoa.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you go out, right? This might be difficult for you. So,
Yeah,
especially in Malaysia.
yeah. You only get salads, and I'll be like,
Yeah, exactly.
what do I want to eat? It's
Is there
salads.
any raw vegan restaurant in Malaysia, Chef Yin? I'm just curious.
Not that I know. There's
No.
no raw one. I know many years ago there used to be a restaurant in Bangsa.
Okay.
That had quite a lot of raw food, but that has since.
Okay.
And then there was one restaurant in another restaurant in Bangsa as well that also had some raw food because the chef there also came from Matthew Kenny Culinary Academy, which is where I come from.
I see.
They rebranded, and then because at one time they actually had a section for raw food, but I think it's just not very popular in Malaysia.
I see.
My cafe in Jalan in the Ampang area used to serve some raw food. I don't know whether they still do it now because they've changed menus.
Okay.
So I haven't really checked, and I haven't gone out to eat at all since
Okay.
since 18 of
And
haven't eaten.
yeah, and Nora say like, no, she haven't slept yet. I stay up to watch my favorite two vegan chefs. Thank you very much, Nora. Oh, so touched. And Diana say, lol, I thought it's a medicine container. Actually, at first I thought the same, like when you took out, I thought like medicine container, or there's like, okay, ningiri, okay. So, and someone said, I thought it was a ice cube container. Wow, that's like people start to have many different thought about what might that be. And yeah, and we have our Melinda soon also join us here, another vegan chef from Malaysia. So thanks for tuning in, Melinda.
Cool. Hi. Good. Yeah, guys. This is so fun. Yeah. So I've actually put the cover here. So I've pressed it. So you want to press it down to shape it. And then what you do is take it out. And then you just kind of pop it out. And then pray that it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
Okay.
let's pray that it works.
Okay. So success.
Yeah, what you could do is, because this looks a bit like nigiri, right? I usually cook a little bit more with my hands. It's just
Okay.
yeah, just if you want to, so it doesn't look so much like that. Yeah. So I usually push it. Yeah, so it's short. Yeah, it's a bit shorter and.
Understand.
But that's all just for presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I try to make my raw vegan food look as attractive as possible, just because my teacher always said that we eat with our eyes first before taste buds, and if it doesn't look good, people won't want to eat it. And it's already hard to get people to eat. Lucky raw vegan food, right? So
Understand.
okay, so that's your nasi impit. Which camera? Like, if I show this, the camera above, or show you guys here?
Yeah, I think camera above is much clearer. Camera above, yeah.
All right, so
we can see it very clear.
Cool, nice. All right, so I will go on to the next part. So the Sayur Lodeh, right? So let me just say that this is my reinterpretation of Sayur Lodeh, and raw food may not taste exactly like cooked food, of course. But my whole idea is to understand the spirit of that food and then bring it together in a raw vegan manner.
Understand.
And so that it will also taste good and it will also be good for your health and it will also be, yeah. So I'm gonna make the gravy. So the Sayur Lodeh is has I think Chef Norman translated it to be a coconut gravy. So what we're gonna do, we're actually using quite traditional ingredients. So usually you make a spice paste, right? For raw vegan, I'm basically just putting everything in together and blending it up. Yeah. So there's a more complex way, but I think today I'm just going to do it the simple way. Sometimes what I do is I put in certain ingredients, I blend it, I strain it, and I put it back into the blender and then put in the rest of the ingredients. But I think today, just for time purposes and also just so that it's just easier for everybody, I'll just put everything into the blender. Yeah. So I don't know what the ingredients are, or does anybody want to guess?
Sure.
Yeah. So there's the microwave lime leaves, and then there's the serai, and then there's ginger, and there's galangal. There is dried chilies. There is garlic. There is turmeric. Oh, hi, Smriti. Oh,
it's quite a lot of your fans are saying hi. Actually, guys, I'm reading all the comments. Just that let Chef Yin to continue. Definitely, we are saying thank you for all the support. We got Shridi, we got CK Sim says that your food look good and tasty too. We got Matangi, Nadia. It's quite a lot of people are saying hi and sending love to you, Chef Yin.
I was just excited because Smriti is from Organic Q, and I was just going to point at her Organic Q turmeric powder. So
Okay.
Fresh turmeric, but she sent me some of the turmeric powder, which is high quality organic Lakadong turmeric, which the curcumin content is actually higher. It's actually 5% than our normal turmeric. So, and I said, like, a lot of my audience is usually mothers and ladies who want to take this food for health purposes. So
understand.
make my food like very healthy, and also the nutrient content very high. And I've also used coriander seeds. So ground it up in advance, just in my NutriBullet. And when it comes to spices, I tend to use if I'm using things like fennel and coriander, or even like that day you were using pulaga and all that, I use the seeds and not the powder, because we're not using heat. So if we don't use any heat, we can't really bring out the aroma. So I would rather use the full seeds, and then I grind it up. Yeah.
Understand.
So that's what I'm going to do. So and then so I'm just going to pop all that into my Thermomix. So I know I'm reusing my Thermomix, but because this just has cashew nuts and salt,
cauliflower,
it's fine. It won't change the taste of the it won't really change the taste of the Sayur Lodeh. You might so all that goes in, and then in coconut milk, of course. So usually, if I can, I try and make my own coconut milk. But I know a lot of people don't do that anymore.
Especially, exactly. My mom's still doing it, but like even for me, I don't, because maybe we grow up in kampong, we don't use to the kota, those coconut milk like Kara and Ayam brand. There are quite a lot of brand these days, or canned coconut. But I think because for us in kampong, we just get coconut tree, and we copy ourselves, and then bring it to the shop for blend for us to create it for us. So that's why we never come across to all this until I moved to KL. Then I started to use all this for convenient purpose. Maybe I should change actually, because I think the fresh one is much healthier.
Yeah, it's so much. The fragrance is so much better there, and also it's healthier, and there's no preservatives. So I've just kind of put this like if you're using coconut milk from a can and all that, you may want to put in some water as well. I think the thickness really depends on your taste. I actually like my kuah to be very thick and creamy.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just adjust that accordingly lah. And then I'm gonna talk about seasonings and flavoring as well. The seasonings, yeah, because traditionally Sayur Lodeh there is usually dried shrimp. I think I just watched the broadcast before this, which was very interesting because they were doing something similar, same. But they used, I think, belacan and all that. So because we're vegan and because we're raw vegan, we're not using any of those. So to mimic those flavors, I put together a bunch of things. Yeah. First thing I used was this organic soy sauce. Yeah. So I use a lot of, not a lot lah, but for flavorings, I do use soy sauce in my my dishes. A lot of other raw chefs, they don't. They use things like tamari, or they use coconut aminos, or they use max liquid aminos. But because I'm very Asian, and I sauce, and I'm very happy to be able to find a local brand. So this is artisanal, and they're small batch. So what I really like about this, and I think Nora will appreciate it as well, this is like each batch is actually handwritten, and it says like it was crafted on 2nd of September 2020, and it's best before until the end. So yeah, so they're very passionate about it, and it's naturally brewed. So they brew it for like 9 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't tried this yet. I always see that you use this in your recipes. I definitely would love to use that, especially for my whole food plant-based food, because I mean, I still have to use a bit of this like soy sauce, especially when cooking like Chinese food. I can't let go, even though it's not fall under the whole food plant-based. I still have to use a bit. So yeah, actually we are looking into like especially without any preservative and all these things. Yeah, definitely. I think this is something that always in my mind. So when you talk about this, like again, like, okay, I should really check it out.
Yeah, because I've tried also a lot of different. I've tried tamari. I don't like taste. I've tried namashoyu. I don't really like taste. I've tried like the kikoman, because my recipes, a lot of them are gluten free as well. Well, this one, particular one is not gluten free because they have wheat in it, but you can find like some gluten free soy sauce
version. Yeah.
Yeah, to just make it gluten free. So if anybody wants, anybody's gluten free, then just look for a gluten free soy sauce, or you use tamari or something that is or use tamari, or you can use aminos. And then also, sorry.
No, we have Mama Pearly Key from Penang. Say hi, Chef Yin. And yeah, we have our rendang lady Zaleha. Say thick and creamy is good. So
Totally.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And then the other thing, because I feel like these are the fermented things that will add in the umami, so you don't need just to replace like the shrimp and the belacan and all that. So I'm using tauco. Again, that's like very Malaysian, because I'm trying to very Asian, very Southeast Asian, very Malaysian. So I'm trying to create more awareness about our local food here, right? So I'm using yeah, but if for those who are overseas and you cannot find tauco, which is a fermented, it's basically fermented
soybean,
right? Yeah. You could use miso paste as well, because I think that's people to get. And if they're going gluten free, then you can look for chickpea miso paste, which is usually gluten free. Yeah. Actually, for me, right, if I add these two things already, it's already good enough for flavor, because I eat I can taste everything. But I'm going to tell you some other things that you can add in as well if you want added flavor. Because you know, like how Jackie always has her chicken powder. Well, I have my. I don't know whether you've used this before, Chef Dave.
Well, what's that?
Nutrition.
Oh yeah. I have one as well. I have the container one, nutritional yeast. I use that to do my vegan cheese and vegan parmesan. So blend up with cashew and adding into some Western food and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have found that so yeah, the vegans will be very familiar with nutritional yeast, but I just want to
Yeah.
tell non-vegans when if you want to get this, look out for nutritional yeast and not brewer's yeast, and it's also not the yeast that is used for making bread, because
Yeah.
seriously I have had students who take the yeast for you making bread.
Oh my goodness. No way. Please, guys, be aware. We're not asking you guys to use the bread yeast like, for making bread to use in this recipe. It will be turn out something different.
Yeah, so I find this also gives like kind of a boost to the flavor. It's really
Okay.
interesting because I was talking to another chef and he was telling me that for his vegan food he uses this in like his Chinese soups.
Oh,
So I tried.
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, you should try that. You know the
Yeah.
superior XO soup kind of thing. I've used it. I've used this in it, and it actually tastes really good. Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow. I never
yeah,
thought of it before. Okay, I should try it out.
yeah. So if you want to, yeah, and then
Yeah.
you could always, if you feel like you want to add in just a bit of salt, you can add that in as well. So for raw vegan food, we usually use high quality salt, and we
Mm-mm.
use I either use Himalayan pink salt, which is organic. But I just ran out of that, and then Love of Organic sent me this French sea salt, so I started using this as well, and it's all
Okay.
natural. So we don't use we usually don't use table salt. Yeah, I would
Okay.
like don't use table salt because it's highly processed. Yeah, so
Okay.
and I think like these salts are actually not very expensive actually because it's it'll take you some time to use this all up. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I put very very little. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and then if you feel like you need to balance out the flavor, for me like coconut milk is already very sweet, but if you do feel
Yes.
to add a touch of sweetness,
Mm-hmm.
nut milk in yeah is not very sweet or what, then I would I use this Gula Melts coconut nectar, which
Okay.
because actually it's I was telling us the other day, I said actually this is kind of like good quality high class Gula Melaka
Mm-hmm.
because this one has no preservatives, it's rich in minerals. Oh yeah, maybe you can use this too.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah, exactly. I was like, damn, a lot of things I don't really use all these
yeah.
things.
No additives. It's unrefined. It's non-GMO and low GI. And the best thing, it's local as well. This is from
Mm.
forest of Borneo. Yeah. So which is it says here proudly made in Malaysia and it's also labeled vegan. Yeah.
Wow, like yeah, it all like when you take all those things out, it seems like wow, like a very atas thing, but actually it's from our Malaysian produce, right?
Yeah.
So wow, really proud of all this company doing
Yeah.
amazing job producing all these good ingredients. And yeah, we have even people watching from Switzerland regular. Thanks for tuning in. And Nora say yes, I do appreciate small batch production. I have soy fermented in bourbon barrel out of this world. Okay, amazing. Thanks, Joy Tan, for tuning in. And yeah, Haslina said nutritional yeast good to add in homemade nuggets. Yum yum. Okay, and Shridi says that love how you know all the ingredients and explain so well. Exactly, I feel the same. Like Chef Yin is like and so like Wikipedia can tell you everything about every single ingredient, right? Like Haslina says, my favorite French sea salt or Celtic sea salt or Portuguese sea salt, but the French or Celtic is the best to me since I switched to these two. Okay, I never tried out because so far now I'm using pink salt or the Himalayan pink salt. So I have to check. Sea salt actually I tried once. It's just that I still using the pink salt. Maybe I have to try it out this French sea salt. What's the differences and all that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's this whole world of salts as well. You know.
Okay.
So that'd be really cool to figure out the flavorings for that and for your vegan
Yeah.
food. So I'm gonna put all the seasonings in what I just talked about.
Okay.
Put it into this part. If you can, you use a blender. It's just that my Thermomix acts as both a blender and a food processor. But a blender would be better because this is liquid. Yeah, food processor is to process the food, and then the blender is as liquid. Yeah. So really simple. Just blend it up until it's smooth. And now I'll show you.
Mm-hmm. I know our Jackie have quite a lot of Thermomix, so Jackie maybe will able to try this out after this section.
Sorry, is the food processor too loud?
Yeah, no. I mean not too loud. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean like our Jackie have quite a lot of Thermomix at her place, so she should try out this recipe.
Yeah.
And Jackie do quite a lot of vegan food also for her customers. She have a range of vegan products in Australia. Yeah. So, and Deborah say, will you do tempeh again?
Deborah, no, because I already have an online course for that. So anybody who wants to learn tempeh can take the online course. Yeah. Right now, I am my current obsession is making 5-ingredient recipes, and then
Wow.
next week I will start with Thai food. Yeah. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Okay. So now
Cool.
it's all. Oh wait, you guys can see from the overhead, right? So it's nicely
Yeah.
blended. You see it's a really nice color thanks to the turmeric powder. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to strain it because there's like the bits of the galangal.
The spice. Okay.
Yeah, and there was the lemongrass and all that. So we don't really want all that in when you eat it. I mean, I don't mind because I like Greek
Okay.
food.
Okay.
A lot of people will not be able to.
Even I don't like it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna strain it.
Yeah.
Because after the blending, all the flavors actually get infused. So the flavors are still there. Because I also did like a what was the recipe? A tom yum recipe. Yeah, which is I also I think all the tom yum and the cafe lime leaf and the galangal and all that also gets that also gets blended up, and after that I do the straining as well. So I'm doing the same thing here.
Does it actually better to let it rest for some time to develop the flavor, or actually it doesn't really going to have any changes even if it's rest for some time?
For this one, I haven't tested yet.
Okay.
Some of the recipes, yeah, I do marinate it and let it rest a bit so that the flavors will meld together. This one I haven't really tested, but I would.
Okay.
It's straining it though. So you mean like let it rest first, then when you strain it, right?
Yeah. Some sort of things like that. Like have you like tried out or?
So actually, like what I said, what I usually do is I actually blend up just the parts with the galangal and the mackerel lime leaves and the ginger, all that. Then only I add in the flavorings. But because this time I'm afraid that we might not have enough time to do all that. And I also don't want to scare people away with too many steps, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to do raw." So.
Like too complicated kind of things, right? Yeah, because even the cooked food that normally I cook like gravy, like curry or like sambal, I always cook one day earlier and then I let it to develop the flavor. So next day I will do the finishing part. So the paste normally I do one day earlier, and the finishing I always do on the second day. So that's why I was like curious, like is there some of the raw vegan food do that concept also, like try to let the flavors to mature? Yeah.
Some of it, but not this particular recipe because we're using
Yeah.
fresh milk.
Yeah.
So you don't want your
Understand.
coconut spoil either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I know there has been like I think I made like a coconut bacon recipe, which will need marination for like overnight, and also I do a tempeh manis recipe as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think that,
our chef Joe just did tempeh manis like
yeah,
2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
yeah, I love tempeh manis. So I have
yeah.
so tempeh is not actually raw, but
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the ingredients are raw and I dehydrate them. So that one I do marinate it for
Okay.
overnight, you know. So you
Mm-hmm.
want the flavors to develop. And that one I've served that in London. Can't remember where else. I know a few different countries and people love it. But absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, they love the very Malaysian flavors, right? Because there's galangal and there's all this lemongrass and all that is so nice. Yeah. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we're going to let this drip while we prepare the vegetables. Let me think. Okay, what I have is kind of something new and something old kind of thing. Like, I mean, something new and something traditional. So traditionally, Sayur Lodeh usually will have carrots. So I'm including
Yeah.
carrots as well. But you see, so for raw vegan food, your preparation of your vegetables is very important. How you cut it is very important because it's raw. So if you cut your vegetables very thick, it'll be very hard for people to eat and bite into it. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just sliced it very, very thin with my If you have a mandolin, that would be great to slice it very thin.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually use this thing called a kitchen helper to slice it very thin. So that's in. Traditionally, there's also this is long beans. So I put
Long
in
beans.
a little bit of it. I know some people may not be used to having long beans raw. Although, like, let's say in Thai food, the Thai salads, they actually do use the long beans.
Yeah, fruit raw, and I love it because, like I said, like I grew up in kampong, so it's
Ulam.
part of our ulam. Yeah,
Yeah.
we must eat that with our sambal belacan. So yeah, so definitely it's on.
Yeah, okay, cool, nice. And then done is traditionally as well. I know they use the Chinese cabbage or the long cabbage, the napa cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I'm borrowing that concept of using cabbage, but I'm using the red cabbage. It's funny because
Okay.
it's actually purple. I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. I just call it purple cabbage. Easy for me to remember. So even in my recipe, I just write purple cabbage.
Yeah.
And we have, since Mon says, Chef, I almost caught away from the preparation while explanation. It's so handy and making me favor the vegan. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so again, we try to slice it as thinly as possible. My knife skills are not very
Okay.
good.
Okay.
And the reason why I chose the purple, so let's call it purple cabbage, because I was thinking in terms of, how purple vegetables are actually very nutritious for us. It's very high in antioxidants. So things like purple blueberries, like purple, and that's highly recommended. And then even, I don't know whether you're familiar, people always talk about eating purple carrots are better than eating orange carrots. Again, it's very high antioxidants. So I thought like, oh, you know what? Let's put purple. Plus purple is pretty, ma.
Yeah, exactly. I love to include this cabbage as well as like a purple sweet potatoes and all this into my food because it just make the food looks like wow, like another level atas. We Malaysian call it atas.
Yeah. So I put that in. I've gotten some pink radish.
Okay, pink
Radish.
radish, red
So
radish. Okay.
people don't put that in your sayur lodeh, but it's I like it because it's so delicate,
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
So, and my suppliers have it, so I put that. And then what I want to talk about was sometimes the sayur lodeh actually has the suhun, right? The noodles.
Okay.
The glass,
Okay.
the one that's made from mung bean.
Mung bean. Yeah.
Right? They actually make it from mung bean, potato starch, and tapioca starch, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I thought we will use zucchini because zucchini is a soft vegetable. So it's you have different textures. You have like the crunchiness of the carrots, and then you have a bit of the the different vegetables, and then you have something slightly softer as well. And also that spiralize it. So I'm gonna show you this. Have you ever used used a spiralizer before, Chef Dave?
Yeah, because when I started my career, I was work as a gut manja chef for 3 years. So I do a lot of cold food before I start cooking actually. So I do a lot of salad, fruit carvings, but I all karat like actually like a lot of cold food lah, like but it contain a lot of non-vegan food like seafoods and cold cuts, hams and all that.
Which brand do you use? I have 3. I just wanted to show.
Okay, actually, I use something similar to the one on the table, the green one.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, this one is personally I feel the most stable. Yeah, the one that you're holding on your hand, I have one as well at home. Yeah, someone gave that to me as a gift, one of the guests. So yeah, I still keeping it. I rarely use actually. It's just that maybe I lazy to wash a lot of things like in the kitchen. So but I know you are like so rajin, so hardworking. Like each time you like, try to make the food really nice and beautiful photography. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I do the prep, then I watch your live videos.
Yeah.
Then when I'm washing up, I watch your videos again. So.
Okay. Okay.
For the audience, like the different kinds of spiralizers. When I first started off, I started using this because this one you just insert inside, right? And then you roll it and then it creates vegetable noodles. And then I also have this one, which is quite popular as well. You know, but this needs a lot of washing up. So I use this one, which is a Japanese band liner. Yeah, someone was asking about it actually, so maybe I can talk about it while I spiralize. So I have the zucchini already because I need to side, and then and then just have your hand to stabilize it on one side, and then we just move it. We just turn it around, and you should get like noodle like
Yeah.
Okay, so so someone was asking me, I think today I had someone asking like what brand to use. When I first started, I had to buy this in Singapore. I couldn't even get it in Malaysia. But
Okay.
now it's very easy. You can get it on Shopee.
Yeah, I guess so. But in hotel, we normally use this a lot, especially for Japanese food as well as for the cold kitchen. Gat manje, we use a lot of this for our salads, and for Japanese, they like to do spiral their radish, carrot, so we use this quite a lot in the kitchen as well.
This one is a Japanese brand, and it's actually it's been around for years and years and years. You're right. It's used actually more for the radish for the sushi.
Yeah.
So my friend recommended it, and I went to Singapore to get it. Now there's so many more other brands of spiralizers. Padeno was a very popular brand previously, but I've seen like a brand in One Utama. You know One Utama, like the center there's a kitchen outlet, like a kitchen appliance shop, which I can never remember the name.
Oh, I not actually. I'm I don't really go into all these places because all these years I was in the hotel, so I just whatever I want, I just call the supplier and they will get the quotation and things like that. But yeah, maybe now I have to start looking for the places where I can get all the kitchen things and all that. Yeah, but I use very simple things like my home. I use very basic and simple things, and in hotel, like basically everything is there. I doesn't have to think about. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, if anybody is wondering, I think I know one of my followers, Ayn, she went to that kitchen
in One Utama, is it?
It's near the cinnamon shop. For me, right? Always the food areas. So
exactly.
The cinnamon shop, which I never eat. I don't buy the cinnamon buns and all that, but I always smell it. You see, so yeah. So she got it from there. The OXO brand, good. for like home use. Yeah. Okay, so we've strained that.
So seems like everything is ready.
It's almost ready. So yeah, we're ready to plate already.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I plate, I think I'll talk about the rest of the ingredients because I think I talked halfway and then after that I didn't.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Let me take my plate.
I'm excited to see what is the end result will look like. Meanwhile, like there are quite a lot of people are saying hi. Asama say everything is looks so colorful, and Shridi says that love the colorful veggie platter, and yeah, and Tong Li Yun say hi, Chef Dave and Yin, and Shridi says that they say we should eat the rainbow, and Chef Yin is bringing all the colors exactly like that's what I feel as well. Yeah,
So sweet.
even my doctors and nutritionists also say the same. Make sure eat the colors, make sure eat varieties and eat colors. So yeah, it's very good. The more you have varieties of vegetables and colorful things in your food, that is much better.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is just layering it. So I put
Okay.
sliced the carrots, and then I'm layering it with the zucchini noodles, and then I'll layer it again with the
Red cabbage.
Yeah, cabbage, and then I'm just making a small portion today, so this is kind of like a portion for one, I think, and then
So this is your dinner.
I actually ate a bit of dinner just now because I was hungry. So,
Okay. And
yeah, I can't eat dinner too late. Then I can't sleep, you see.
yeah, you can't sleep early, right? And we have Chef Joe just tuned in. Say hi from Kuala Lumpur. Thank you, Chef Joe. Yeah, our Papa Joe from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine.
Wow, very honored.
Okay. And Sivanesan said, thanks, Chef Yin, for sharing many wonderful tips, even the utensils. I will get the Japanese vegetable slicer. It's actually sterilizer. Comes in handy and help to handle raw food exactly. Definitely for raw food, you need make the vegetables to thinly slice or in a palatable shape and also size. So sterilizer is one of the method that I do agree as well. Like even I'm not a raw vegan, but if you ask me to eat raw food, I think if things are sterilized, things are thinly sliced, small dices, which will help a lot, and plus it's help easy digestion also, I believe.
Yeah, once you cut it up, it's so much easier to eat. It's fun. Like when I used to run my in-person classes, the students love doing the spiralizing because it's so much fun.
Yeah, exactly. Even in the hotels, we love doing that. Because that's the most easiest thing. You doesn't have to think about anything. Just cut it to the size that you can fit into the sterilizer and just turn and turn and turn. It's like so fun to do. And so it's like a meditation kind of feeling, like to look at the veg become spiral, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, I've added in some chili as well. It's just because I love chili. Yeah, and I like that.
Okay.
As well. But if you don't,
How can Malaysian not eat chili, right?
Oh yeah, it's just that sometimes because there was once I did a pop-up dinner in Hong Kong, and then I didn't realize that I forgot that Hong Kong people don't really eat chili, so they all were like too spicy, too spicy.
Okay. For me, the red chili is sweet. It's never spicy. Only the chili padi is spicy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Initially, I thought I'll pour. No. I can do it either way. I can pour it in and then put. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna put in one more layer, and then after that I'll pour the I'll pour the broth. No, the coconut gravy. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is alternating the radish and
And carrot.
Yeah, hopefully to make it look as pretty as the picture. Yeah. But of course, if you don't have time, you just put everything in a bowl and then just pour the sauce on top.
Yeah, exactly. That what I was thinking. I were you, I will just chapa everything into like, just throw everything into a bowl, just pour the thing, give a good stir and just enjoy. But of course, like this is like a restaurant quality dish lah, like like a fine dining raw vegan dish, I would say.
Yeah. I do. It is a term actually. So they do call it what, gourmet raw vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, raw vegan. Yeah, because I've had. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I love to do that as well. I love to turn a simple homey food or traditional food into really restaurant quality dish. And because it's just so fun to do that, like to uplift the food to another level. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I pour that in. Sorry, I don't have my. Okay, what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to put in a little bit more of the red cabbage, purple cabbage.
Okay.
And then I also want to put like, I've saved like some tiny bits of the smaller bits of the chili. So
okay, just for some colors.
Yeah, for some color. And then I'm topping it with some microgreens because thanks to they send me microgreens every week. So so I'm going to use that because also microgreens, right? They're very high in nutritional value. Somewhere they're like 5 times higher compared to normal vegetables, So
Yeah.
I'm sure you worked a lot with microgreens when you were in the hotel as well, right?
Yeah. Especially fine dining use that a lot for. Actually, they don't really use that for nutritional purpose. They use that for it looks pretty when they plate the dish and all that. Yeah, but I know that you using it. I mean, for both, it's look pretty, but the most important part is like it's much healthier and the nutritional value is there. But in hotel, frankly speaking, we don't care. We just want the food to look pretty. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always feel like, oh, I hope I don't like sound so shallow if I want my food to look pretty, but I'm glad you feel that way as well. So
Yeah. So yeah, because definitely I know it's 5 times higher value in nutrition.
yeah. So so ta-da! That is Sayur Lodeh, the raw vegan.
Okay. So it's really beautiful and really like I feel like I had like a very detailed online course kind of feelings, like A to Z, like really passionate about what Chef Yin is doing. Let me go through some comment if there is any other questions, like yeah, so far I think there's nothing much, everything is there. And yeah, I think and Cindy Lau say, wow, virtual hug. And Asama say, tada, yay. A to Z is good, exactly. Like really detailed and insightful of this entire raw vegan Sayur Lodeh. So it's really beautiful. I wish I'm just next door with Chef Yin so I can just go and taste. So yeah, so I think maybe Jackie can come on board and maybe Jackie have anything to ask or any. Yeah, I think Jackie always have a lot of questions.
Oh, no, I actually don't, because she's been so thorough in her explanation. But yeah, this is fantastic looking, Yin. So thank you so much.
Jackie, I saw there is a Thermomix at the back at your counter. I'm watching you.
That's not. I have like 6 of them. Different varieties. Thermomix.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yin. Like the audience has enjoyed this tremendously. They're amazed at the amount of information you've imparted over the last hour. So you really appreciate it. And guys, we look forward to having Raw Chef Yin back with us with our next series coming up. She'll do a proper announcement about. But of course, we'd love to see her as well doing more cooking demonstrations generally with MOMC. Am I right? All right, guys. Thank you so much again for your time. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much, Dave, for doing this and for arranging all of this, in fact. So let's boot out and we will come back on Wednesday for another session, another live session with one of our other chefs at over at John Masa Apa Tak Jadi Hari Ini. All right, have a great night, guys, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks again.
Thank you.